Great. Good evening, everyone, and welcome to our weekly series of classes from the Sandy Granite Family Search Center. Tonight we have a great presenter with us this evening, Sister Robin Fuhlenbach, who has done a number of classes for us in the past. And Robin continues to be active in family history. She's been a church service missionary and a missionary over on the training center over on Temple Square, and is now back up into Idaho. And she'll tell you a little bit more about the picture. By the way, I was asking about that to begin with on the memory lane that she's showing there, which will be interesting. So Robin's presentations are always fun. So Robin, without any further ado, we'll turn it over to you.
Okay, we'll try to make this fun. So we are going to take a trip down memory lane tonight, and it's not like we're actually going to take the trip. We're going to learn how to record memories with photos and stories and all kinds of things. But I loved this picture. I got started looking through my photographs and took a trip down memory lane to find this picture. It's up in the Uintas. It's across from where we used to have a cabin. So I just thought it was fun. And when I brought that up, it brought back all kinds of memories. So the phrase taking a trip down memory lane came from a song that was written in the early 1900s. I remember it was recorded as a waltz that my mom and dad used to dance to in the 40s, but it has kind of become part of our lexicon. I know that that Dave Castleton, who's the director of the Granite Family Search Center, wrote an article on October of 2022 of driving down memory lane. So you might want to look at that. That's a really fun article. It talks about his experience doing this. So what we're going to try to talk about tonight is using the Family History Guide in family recording memories and photos and stories and teaching us how to do all this stuff. So we're not going to really learn a lot about how to do it, but we're going to learn where to find out how to do it. That makes good sense. Okay, but why? Why do we want to take a trip down memory lane? What's the purpose? And I found some very interesting information about why it's a good idea to record our memories and reminisce. So reminiscing and exploring the unknown past can have deep psychological benefits. We like those, right? For benefits for people, giving them a chance to reconnect with their own memories while also learning new things about family members they never knew. Also, some studies have shown that reminiscing can actually lower a person's blood pressure and heart rate. So if you're on heart medicine or blood pressure medicine, do a little reminiscing. That might just help you a little bit. Okay, also researching genealogy and recording memories can make a great family activity, and involving siblings, children, and grandchildren. And it can bring family members together around a shared interest, and it can also inspire, now I love this word, intergenerational storytelling and sharing. Right. Also, simply stated, family matters. As we get older, we realize the importance of family, not just the people we grew up with or raised, but the broad extended family of great aunts, third cousins, twice removed, and great-great-great-great-grandparents. There's much to be said for looking back on the generations that came before. Even though they are long gone, they may still have much to teach us about overcoming difficulties, adjusting to new places, even how to have fun. So those of you who like statistics, here we go. This is a little quiz. In a recent study by Ancestry.com, A certain percentage of people surveyed felt knowing their family history made them wiser. Okay. In your brains, or if you got a piece of paper right there, jot down what percentage you think of the people that were surveyed felt that it made them wiser to do family history. You got it? All right, there's the answer, 67%. All right. Hopefully some of you were close. Okay, here's the next percentage is it said that it helped them understand who they are as a person. You got a percentage figured out? All right, 77% on that one. Then the last one, this percentage found that it inspired them to become a better person. Got an idea? 46%. So those are some pretty good benefits, even if it's not 100% on any of them. But I think all of us can say we have felt that we were maybe a little wiser for knowing our family, or we understood who we were, or maybe it inspired us to be better. And then another reason for doing trips down memory lane is, it's for fun. It's fun and entertaining. I love those random memories that make me smile, no matter what is going on in my life right now. So I went for a walk yesterday and my shoes squeaked, and it reminded me of a time when Kent and I went for a walk, and my shoe made a quacking noise. It sounded like a duck. And so we were walking along and I said, duck, and Kent ducked. So we had a good laugh about my duck shoes after that. And that was just a silly memory, but it makes me giggle every time I think about it. Okay, so how are we going to do this? How do we share our trips down memory lane with others? Now, I have had this experience. I don't know how many of you have had, but if we just talk to our family members about it, guess what comes out? The cell phone. Or maybe they just tune into their computers and you've lost them. They're gone. They get those glazed eyes and you're going, don't you want to pay attention to me? But why not use those same tools that they're already plugged into? We're going to spend the rest of class talking about recording reminiscences online, the medium our families seem to be very familiar with. And that way we can share those memories with more than just the people who are in the same room with us. So how are we going to do that? We're going to focus on the Family History Guide. Now, we don't have to be experts when we are using the Family History Guide. That's the whole purpose. Most people who become consultants object to being asked to help others because they don't know everything family history. They get panicky look on their face when a patron comes in and wants their help. What they come to realize is that they are not the library, but the librarian. I think we just heard that from the last class. Learning where to find the answers is the most valuable skill when becoming a family history helper. So with that in mind, we're going to explore how to use the Family History Guide's extensive library to help us learn how to record our memories and photos and stories. So this is the Family History Guide main page. I think you recognize it. There's the big four that we talk about: Family Search, Ancestry, MyHeritage, and Find My Past. We're going to look into the different options that the Family History Guide gives us for learning about those four different ways of memories is what it is, recording memories. Then we're going to go to the youth option and look at some things there that might get our youth involved and interested. And then I'm going to show you some things in the vault, because there's always good stuff you can find in the vault. That's part of the library. And then we are going to search the main site for memories and photos to find articles in the blog or anywhere else they might show. So that's what we're going to do. Now I made a little chart here. I hope you don't get bogged down in this. This is, if you'll notice up here, these are the projects, and the project is the main section under Family Search, Ancestry, My Heritage, and Find My Past. In Family Search, it's Project 2. In Ancestry and My Heritage and Find My Past, it's Project 3. And they all start with the same 3 articles, or 3 sections. Actually, they're goals. Gather your records, gather records from others, interview relatives, and then if you look down here, prepare uploads is marked all the way across as well. Okay, so those 4 are the ones that we're going to take a quick look at first. But then if you'll notice, each one of them has its own methods of describing how to upload photos or add and enhance photos. They call them different things, but they're pretty much the same thing. And Family Search, it's add stories, write a life sketch, add audio files, use the gallery and the solutions gallery. In Ancestry, it just has manage gallery items and create and edit stories. So you can see that they're all a little bit different. We're going to take a look at these things that make them different as well. So next, we're just going to go to Family Tree, because I wanted to start here with a couple of things that, before we get into the family history guide stuff, just to help you get started, so that there's a place here that you can learn how to download the Family Search Memories app. There we go. So this is the main page, main menu across the top of the page in Family Search. We're going to go to Memories. And when we go to Memories, we're going to choose, first of all, the overview. And you can see it's underlined here. And then we're going to go to this section on Find, because I wanted to talk just a little bit about privacy issues. Okay, then this is the icon for the Family Search Memories app. And it's a mobile app, and this is one you can use on your phone or your tablet. And it's pretty handy because it's a good place to record things. It's also a good place to do some fun things like relatives around me. So that's the app. And to get it, you go to either the App Store or Google Play App Store, and then you can download it for free. And when it comes up on your device, it will be this green icon. The regular Family Search icon is white background with a green tree. So that's how you tell the difference. Okay, now let's go to where we can find those. So we're going to go back here. We're going to go to Internet, and we're going to start in Family Search. Oh, good. I'm still logged in. We'll see if that really happens. Okay, remember we said we're going to Memories, and I'm going to go to the Overview. And it takes you through all kinds of things. There's a place where you can talk about sharing your memories. It tells you what's new on Family Search Memories. And I don't know if any of you have been to like a wedding or a funeral where there is a slideshow going on the television while you're in the line waiting to see people, or it just is kind of a fun way to look at the bride and the groom, or to remember things about the deceased. And so you can go here and it will teach you how to create a slideshow. There's also a way to get to that from the Family History Guide, but I just wanted to show you this. That's a place to do it. So it talks about creating a family, an album, and then setting audio to it. Okay, I'm scrolling down here. It just has some other things. You can discover memories about other people in your family.
Hey, Robin.
Yes.
We're not seeing your screen. We're still back on the PowerPoint.
Well, why isn't that happening? Should I close my PowerPoint? Okay, screen sharing has stopped.
Yep, you just need to turn the screen sharing back on.
Okay.
There you go.
Now can you see it?
Yep, everyone has treasured family photos to share. You might want to go over that again where you found it.
You want me to go back? Okay, let me go back here just a little bit. This is the Family Search main menu. I went to Memories, and then I went to Overview. And this is where it talks about everyone has a treasured family. Yeah, okay. And then I went to here. This is where this create the slideshow section is. And if you can't remember, this is how you get to it this way. Family History Guide teaches it how to do it too. And there's a share an album. And down here, we'll scroll down, continue all this, enjoy your family. And this talks about capturing family history as it happens with that family history. Family Search Memories app there. I can't ever get the name right. So that's just a little cool thing there. Now we're going to go back up. We're going to go to Find up here when we get up to Memories. Because I've had people ask me about privacy issues with putting photos and memories on Family Search. Because it is a public tree, things can be seen that you may not think can be seen. If you attach a picture to a living person, nobody is supposed to be able to see that when you go to that tree. The only one that should be able to see it is if you have the tree open to that person in your own personal tree. Does that make sense? So, but that's not always the case. So say, I thought, I'm going to try this out and see if I can find anybody who has put a picture of me on there. So I put in my name with quotation marks around it. So it will just look for me. Whoops, I didn't put a space between full and bar. And I come up with it. There's 2 places where my name is mentioned. So it can be in a photo, a story, a document, an audio, an album. Even though I am not shown as a person on any of the trees, I'm listed in these people's places. And this has a lovely picture of me. I don't know if you can see that. We were having our farewell party and they gave us hats to put on. So we put them on several. Lovely picture. What you think? So just remember that when you're putting something on the photos or in your gallery, if you've labeled it with that person's name, or if that person's name appears in the description, then you probably will have somebody can find it, even if it is a living person. So that I'm just telling you that's a thing I learned in the process of all of this. Okay, now we're going to go back to the Family History Guide. Now, if you'll remember, we talked about these big 4: Family Search, Ancestry, MyHeritage, Find My Past. And we said numbers 1, 2, whoops, wait a minute, let me get into the project. Goals 1, 2, 3, and 5 were the same in all of the different big 4. So let's just take a quick look at each of those. When you want to gather your records, maybe somebody needs some instructions about that. I'm going to close the choices so we can just look quickly at them. Goal 1, you gather your own records. Then you gather photos and documents of your ancestors. Then you scan or make paper copies of each document or photo to have as backups. And then you protect and preserve your originals. And then there's a place where it talks about how you can restore damaged photographs. And then you can use Google Photos to store and organize your digital photos. So that's goal 1. Goal 2 takes you through gathering records from others. And it gives contact living relatives, add photos and documents from others. Now, if you're wondering, when you get to this stage and you're going, okay, this is the family history guide. Where am I in this family history guide? If you're not sure, you can always find the logo of which place you're in. If you're in one of these big 4, you're going to have their logo on there. You will have the goals listed here. And if you scroll up to the top, you'll have what project you're in. So I'm in project 2, right here, memories. I'm in goal 2, gather records from others. And then I have some choices down here that I can look at. All right, now this is the same for family search, ancestry, MyHeritage, and Find My Past. These first 3 are the same in all of them. Here's the goal about gathering or interviewing relatives. And there's some tricks to it. There's a video in there that talks about how it's a good idea to plan this out before you go in. So I thought that was good. And then the other one that is shared by all 4 of them is prepare uploads. And this is to prepare the uploads. Again, we're going to just close the choices so we can look and see what the titles are. Determine which ones are good candidates to upload and which ones are not. I have some on my gallery that are not good photos. I'm going to have to get them out of there. And then if necessary, crop or enhance them after you've scanned them. Okay, that takes us through 1, 2, 3, 4 of our different goals. Now we're going to go to Family Search Project 2 Memories Goal 11. So if you can see that, okay, I know I'm in Project 2. I'm in goals. I go down here to goal 11, which is use the gallery. So this is the memories gallery. I want to be able to make a slideshow. So I go down here and I say, I'm going to close my choices so I'm going to add and find items in the gallery. It teaches me how to do that. It teaches me how to select an action for 1 or more items in the gallery. It teaches me how to create a new album, which is what I need to do in order to make a slideshow. And it teaches me how I can add more memories to those existing albums that I already have. And then these are additional album option. None of the, you can't download videos to each of those, any of those. So even though it says that you're supposed to be able to, that's not up and running yet. Okay, so now I want to go to adding audio files, and this teaches me how to do that. So I go back to goal 10, gather audio files. It tells me find where I want to find them, MP3, M4A, or you can go up to 15 megabytes. And if you want to upload those from cassette tapes with recordings, it tells you how to do that down in choices D and E below. You upload them to your memories. There's quite a process to go through. And then it goes down here. You can use the mobile app to add audio. So you've recorded somebody speaking and you have their picture with the audio, how to do that. And then there's a place here that talks about converting cassette tape recordings to digital so that they can be uploaded. And then there's a place that talks about getting help with converting. There has all the equipment that you need to do that. Is that correct? Maybe it's not there. Salt Lake River.
That's correct.
Okay. Salt Lake.
Professional centers around wherever people might live. You can Google them locally and find the centers and places that will do that. Most libraries can help you do that too.
Okay. Okay, good. I know that Idaho Falls Center that has just been remodeled has that option as well. And so does the Layton one. So anyway, I thought that was quite nice. All righty. So let's go to Ancestry. This is Ancestry. Notice that it is project 3 that we want to go to, docs, stories, and photos. And we know that gather your records, gather records from others, interview relatives, and prepare uploads are all the same as Family Search. And notice there's no parentheses with anything after them. When you're in a site other than Family Search and you see this, can you see where I'm pointing? Parentheses with an abbreviation in there, you'll know that's from another site. So this particular create and edit stories is Ancestry's version. So AN stands for Ancestry. Upload photos, this is in Ancestry. And manage gallery items, this is only in Ancestry. So those 3 items are particular to Ancestry. So we want to go to create and edit stories. And we want to look at, I'm going to close the choices. I'll see there's the icon for Ancestry, so we know we're in Ancestry. We're going to close the choices so we can just see what options there are under create and edit stories in your Ancestry tree. I want to go to manage media for media items for a person. So if I go into there, it says that I need to open the gallery tab and then show to select the filters for the type of media to display. And it says I can select one or more of the following. It says all, photos, records, stories, audio, or video. But it says, although there are audio and video tabs, audio and video files cannot be added in Ancestry at this time. So I got that little message when I tried to do that. So that's just a good little option. Okay, this is fun. This is use the Story Scout feature to retrieve stories on Ancestry. So it says if there's information on your tree for one or more grandparents, go to this. Otherwise, go to Story Scout and fill in the requested information, and then it will give you a chance to look for stories. So I'm going to do that. Okay, I'm logged in as me. I want to look for my grandfather. I'm going to put his name in there. And he lived in Missouri and Utah, so we're just going to say Utah. And then I can explore. So there he is. It comes up as an option for Grandpa. And I can view his stories. Or I can go down here and try a different grandparent. I can put in a different grandparent. So that's kind of a fun thing. This, I don't even know who Lawrence Alfred is, but I do know this is my grandfather. So that's a fun little thing for Story Scout. All right, let's go back to Family History Guide, and we'll go to My Heritage. And docs and photos. Here we go again. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4 things that are the same as the others. And this one, notice the MH. This is how to do it in My Heritage. This is how to make photo albums in My Heritage. And this is how to do photo enhancements in My Heritage. Now this is a pretty cool, this is a really cool actually thing with the photo enhancements. So we're going to go to this one, Goal 7, and just take a quick look at this particular option. Here it goes, explore photo enhancement tools from My Heritage. Use the colorize photos features. So in your family tree, you can upload a photo and then you navigate to your photo, and then you go to the colorize photos feature. And so it'll take your regular photo and it'll colorize it, put it into color. Okay. If it needs to be enhanced, you can do that in the same place. You can enhance your photos. So one that is blurry to begin with, they can smooth it out and take care of the smudged edges or the blurry edges, and it does a really good job. Okay, the next one is quite an interesting feature, and the first time I looked at this, it just freaked me out. But that's because I used my own picture and it animated me. So it talked about me with another voice than my own. And it was just weird. It just freaked me out. So I didn't like that option very much. But then I thought, okay, well, I need to give it a better try. So then I decided to go to use the deep story feature. And I downloaded a picture of my great grandfather. And I used this deep story feature. And let me show you what it did. I think it's really cool. It takes a little bit, so you get it all in there. You use the deep story feature, and then it takes about 3 or 4 minutes, sometimes longer if you've got a bigger file. And then it brings up it sends you an email and says it's ready. So this is what I got. This is my great-great-grandfather, Lisbon Lamb. I don't know if you got that. All it's doing is taking the information you've got in there. So if you don't like it, you can edit it, and you can edit the story in it. But you have to try it just because it's really fun to see what happens with your different ancestors. Okay, that was My Heritage. And that's one of the things about My Heritage that's different. These iAD photos and photo albums are the same. It's just teaching you how to do it for My Heritage rather than the other ones. So let's go to Find My Past and see what is unique to Find My Past. This site has the same first 4, and then it has add and manage media items. And see, FMP means Find My Past. There's Find My Past logo, so we know where we are. So we're going to go to add and manage media items. This is the one that says it has a video attachment option, but I haven't been able to get it to work. So maybe it isn't available yet either. So media items, it says right here, media items include photos, videos, and documents for ancestors in your tree. So if you've got those on that you want to download, this takes you through the process. So you go to the profile of the ancestor and you click on the media tab and you click on add media. There's the media tab right there. Click on add media and you upload new and then save. Or you can, if you've already uploaded an item, you can attach existing media to that person. So that's the way you do that with them. You can edit it, you can remove it, you can change it, and that's the process that you go through on Find My Past. Okay. So now let's go back to the youth section. And if we're back in the main menu of, let's just do this. I've got that closed out. We'll go to the youth section and we'll go to photos and stories. So it doesn't have goals. It just has divisions right up here. There's photos and stories, activities, family tree, places and cultures, indexing, and apps and sites. So we want to go to photos and stories, the very first one. And this is talking about how you find and enjoy the photos of your ancestors. And it talks about finding them, looking in the family search account for memories and selecting people. And if you don't have any, then there's a place down farther that talks about gather and share your memories. Here's one about discover and read stories about your ancestors. And I send you to a place called All the Stories website. Now this is through Family Search. So you need to be logged onto your Family Search website. And then this is where it takes you. It populates with all of the different stories that are available on your family tree. And if you look at this, it kind of looks like a pie chart, your family tree pie chart. And each one of these blue things has a story that's over here, listed over here. So there's 2 stories found for Christian Curtis Jensen, 3 stories for Sophie Matilda Schmidt. There's 2 for Lisbon Lamb, 3 for Sarah Eleanor. And I don't know if you can tell the difference in the colors, but the darker shades have more and the gray have none. Okay, so those are the ones that are available. And you can look at this. This is one that my niece put in about my dad, about how she had a good memory about him on the 76 trombones song. So that's kind of fun. And I think that would inspire the youth to look in there and read some of the stories about people that they knew, or people maybe they knew were related to them, but they didn't know. So that's called All the Stories website, and it's through Family Search. Okay, there's a place where you can go to in the youth, and it's Record My Story. And it takes you to Family Search Activities section. So I'm trying to see where that is, if it's in here. Oh, it's down here. Record My Story right here. We'll just take you to this activities section in Family Search. So you can talk about stories, you can record them audio, you can put them on there, you can type them, whichever. So that's for the youth. Kind of cool, huh? Good activities. So let's go back. Now we're going to go to the vault. And if we look down here at the vault main page, family trees, memories, it will take us directly to all of this vault material about memories. And the icon with the little pause button or the play button are videos, and the ones that look like paper are, of course, documents. So there's starting with memories, there's preserving memories, there is There's lots of digital backups and archives, photos, information about those, and interviews, questions to ask in your family, and stories, getting prepared to write your story, why family historians need to tell family history stories, storytelling. So there's a lot of information in the vault about recording stories and photos and getting that together. Okay, now we said we we're going to try one more thing to see what else we could find. So we're going back to the main page and we're going to look at, we're going to just type in here memories. Now there's going to be some duplicates. So there's Family Search, but here's the Family Tree Memories app, what we just talked about. Here's Remembering. This is from the blog. So that's not going to show up other places. Here's one, Capturing Memories Before It's Too Late. This came up in October of 2022. So that's a good story. All from the Family History Guide. There's other places where you can gather things. It talks about a lot of articles are in the guide or in the blog, the guide blog. And so that's under memories. Now, if I do the same search for photos, I should have a different batch of articles that show up. So here's introducing photo repair, and here's photos in the guide blog again. There's some in projects. Activities for collecting and sharing family photos. So we like activities, get people involved. And here's Recreate Family Photos, which is a fun activity as well. And I think people have tried that where they have a family picture, maybe the baking cookies or something. So they restage that same picture with the grown-up person baking the cookies to replicate the child doing the cookies. I hope that makes sense. Anyway, okay, we've been through an awful lot of stuff, and I hope that you don't get bogged down, but you just realize that there is so much information to help you in the Family History Guide, help you to find how to do things, how to specifically download photos in MyHeritage, or how to make a slideshow with your albums and put videos or put audios on them. Okay, so that concludes my presentation, and I hope that I got some information across to you.
That was great, Robin. I'll tell you one aside. Over on the MyHeritage Animate your picture.
Yes.
I took a picture just to see if I could do it. I took a picture and did an animation of it, of an ancestor, and found that I could save that picture and save it onto my computer. And if I clicked it, like if I had it under the the filer in Windows, for example, and I stuck it under downloads and then I double clicked on it, it animated. So it did not have to be in MyHeritage to animate.
They animated it, and so you can download it to have.
Just like any other video. So what I'm going to try next, when I get 2.5 seconds, so I can put together, is I want to see if I can now stick it into Family Search Memories, and even put it on as my photo on the tree, for example, of that ancestor. And if I clicked on it, would it work? I haven't tried that yet, but somebody might want to play around with it. I see. No,
maybe you can get videos through. Family Search says they can't do videos, but maybe you can get that.
Well, that little animation thing. We'll have. Oh, I see Christy's on board. Christy's one that would try that out. She would try to push the envelope and get that. Does anyone have any questions for Robin? If you do, I'm not saying anything over in the chat, but just open your mute up and open your mic up and ask away. While you're thinking about that, this class will be available in a couple of days on the Granite FHC.com website. And you can view it 24/7, 365 on the website as well. Any questions? Not seeing anything for those people out in TV land out there. So,
No.
But Robin, thank you so much. We appreciate it.
You're welcome. That was fun. I learned a lot. I hope somebody else learned something.
Oh, it's fun stuff. And the My Stories app, I wasted probably the better part of a day when I discovered that, reading stories that I had no idea were out there.
Yes.
It was just so much fun to do that. Well, thank you all, and thank you for attending tonight.